I'm Sean Heylen. I'm from a business called Cerca Trova. We're a performance support organisation, and we also provide some market entry services. So we specialise in business coaching for early stage and growth businesses. So supporting the entrepreneur that has the vision and wants to turn it into a reality. The key thing that most entrepreneurs don't have, but can really help them to improve the performance of their business in early stages and in growth period, is a plan. So a clear plan that maps out what their vision actually is and the steps to turn that vision into reality. So not just the strategy, so the vision and the mission and the core values, but also the action steps or tactical components of that strategy that can make their business become successful. We use a framework known as the Rockefeller Habits, which is taught internationally and grew out of an organisation called Gazelles International in the US that I'm an affiliated coach with. And yes, that plan is split up into time periods. So the shortest time period is a daily huddle, so a meeting every day between the entrepreneur and their team to decide what they're going to be doing that day. And then there's a weekly meeting, a monthly meeting, a quarterly meeting, which is a little bit longer, where we do some strategy and create a plan for the execution plan for the 90 days. And then a yearly meeting, which is a strategic review that might go for a couple of days. So there's a continuum of tactical to strategic approaches, and we teach that and support the entrepreneur to implement it in their business and to create the systems necessary to monitor and control their business. Initially, make sure that there's some market research around how the market that the entrepreneur wishes to export to or enter is different from the market they're used to supplying. So the Australian market is very different in the way that it operates to a number of other markets, especially the Asian market. So customer relationships and business relationships in Asia differ widely depending on where in Asia you are, and they're very different to what we would expect in Australia. So there's a cultural difference, and it's very important to understand and know that cultural difference and to modify our businesses to cope with that when we want to expand globally. And that is to be planned for, researched and understood in the context of the market and the product or service that's going to be offered into that market. And I think that living there for a period of time would certainly help. It would help the entrepreneur to really understand the culture and characteristics of that market from the inside out. It can be done other ways, so appointing people in that market who are experienced with market entry or already have a business that's of a similar type and creating a partnership. So there's a range of ways to approach that, but it's certainly an interesting idea. It's a very exciting time for rare birds. They're in a growth phase, and the global opportunity is enormous. And Joe and I are in a conversation with Richard about how we can assist that process. My personal contacts in the Asia Pacific region will be made aware of the opportunity to help build the community, the rare birds community. And also I'll be assisting Joe and Richard with their planning for scaling up the business to be able to cope with the cultural differences that will occur as we look at the markets and who to appoint as an ambassador in those markets. So really looking forward to providing my experience to the team in the area that we talked about a moment ago.